What's up guys, it's Average All, making average content for the average viewer, and today we have some massive news, some huge news, and I'm super excited to talk to you about it. Now look, before I go any further, I do think that we should manage our expectations before I say what I'm about to say, but with that being said, I'm not managing mine. I'm very excited. But here it is. I firmly believe, as do a lot of other people in the community, that skill-based matchmaking is gone. It has gone, and I don't know why and I don't know how, and a lot of people are saying that maybe they've removed it temporarily just because of the Christmas noobs, but that doesn't make sense because the Christmas noobs are the ones that they need the SBMM for in the first place. And good God, even though it means that I will not be able to make any more commentaries moaning and bitching about the skill-based matchmaking, how awesome is it that we as a community have banded together and made our voices heard. Now look, before we get too carried away, I do just want to point out that possibly this could be some form of malfunction within their skill-based matchmaking system. Therefore, this could be quote-unquote patched and fixed and put back to the normal, stressful, ball-aching, depressing matchmaking system that we're used to. But for now, at least, it seems like it has finally been cracked. For example, in this video that you're watching right now, this gameplay that I got, I went 50-6. on Nuketown, and I died on a 23 kill streak, and I promise there is no funny business going on. I have not reverse boosted whatsoever. How insane is that? I know that for a lot of people might not be that great, but for me at least, on this game, I have not been able to achieve that sort of game since this released. Now, you may also see that some people are saying that it seems like the skill-based matchmaking has gotten stronger, and this is going to be really hard to hear. This is going to be one of those really big, thick, juicy pills that you just can't swallow, but it is possible that because you've been used to playing in skill-based matchmaking lobbies and now it appears to have been toned down, you're going to be facing people that are actually harder than what you're used to in some cases. Now obviously it does also mean that you will be getting some noobs in your lobby, but you are going to get the very high skill players sprinkled in every now and then. But honestly, this has to be some of the best Christmas news that we could have hoped for in the Call of Duty community. If you watch Blame Truth's video that he uploaded yesterday, I think, he basically said that he thinks that the skill-based matchmaking has been toned down also, but I think he has also been doing some things behind the scenes, so he couldn't make a definitive decision on whether or not it had been turned down, because he's obviously been trying to find ways in which he can manipulate the skill-based matchmaking system to give him a better time, which is completely fine, and I don't condemn that whatsoever, because I have done it myself, as you all well know. But I just want to put it out there that I have done nothing in the last month or so to manipulate my skill-based matchmaking at all, and I can honestly say that this morning I've played 8 games and I absolutely smashed every single one of them, and it was the most fun time I've had playing Call of Duty since Black Ops 4. Nearly 2 years. 2 years we have been fighting this awful menace to our community in a game that we love. 2 years we have been hopping onto Call of Duty to play a game that we all absolutely love, and for 2 years we have had to turn it off after a couple of hours because the skill-based matchmaking has been making us depressed and makes the game borderline unplayable. And before we end this era of skill-based matchmaking and we go on and we never talk about it again, I do just want to get the point across that I've always tried to make, is that skill-based matchmaking in itself is not a bad thing, and games that implement it correctly often do very well and are very enjoyable. But the issue was, this was never skill-based matchmaking. This was a retention-based system that's only purpose was to make sure that as many people as possible played the game for as long as possible, and it failed. It failed miserably until we were left at a point where every single person in the Call of Duty community hated skill-based matchmaking. Listen, I know that not every single YouTuber has made videos about SBMM, but most of them have said at one point that they hate it, and those that don't expressly talk about it are often the guys that are reverse boosting to get high kill gameplays. And I mean, you can't really blame them, can you? How can you blame them for doing this when their whole livelihood revolves around getting these high kill gameplays? And at the end of the day, the main issue with that is that instead of just doing well in average lobbies, they were having to go against people who had actual disabilities and probably needed to be put into a lower skill bracket. Now, hopefully, I haven't done any testing myself, but hopefully there is still a lower skill bracket that is protecting the most vulnerable of Call of Duty players. I've never said that I didn't want that to exist, and I think it's very important that we give people a head start when they first start to play the game. But just because you've got a 0.7 or a 1 KD doesn't mean that you need to be sheltered, and I think all of you need to realise that. And once you start playing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War without thick skill-based matchmaking, you are going to realise how much better it is. I know that there are so many people who think that they enjoy skill-based matchmaking, but please give this a try. Play it for the next week or so, or until they fix it, or maybe they won't fix it, but play it, try it, and you will see how much better it is this way, and why we made such a big deal about skill-based matchmaking in the first place. In the games that I've played this morning, I've been able to actually see how good this game can be, and yes, this game was completely rushed and was probably not ready, and don't worry, I'm not going to start licking this game's arsehole clean just because they've removed skill-based matchmaking. There are still a whole host of issues and a whole host of bugs that need to be fixed, which I will be covering in the future, but I do just want to take a minute to step back and actually say that this is a great change, and it's going to make my life as a YouTuber so much more enjoyable because I'm actually going to be able to play the game and enjoy the game and not moan and bitch about the same goddamn thing every single video. I'm sorry to you guys that I've made so many videos on skill-based matchmaking, and hopefully it can stop after this, because I know that it gets annoying hearing the same stuff, hearing the same shit every day from all of these big YouTubers and smaller YouTubers like myself. But you have to understand that if this wasn't done, especially by the bigger guys, I'm not trying to say that I've made any different whatsoever, because my little voice is just a drop in the ocean compared to guys like Blame Truth, but the fact that it has been brought to light is such a big deal, and hopefully this was intentional and they made this change on purpose. Hopefully this change is here to stay and we're back to normal regular Call of Duty. And if that's so, if in 3 weeks time you realise that actually, yeah, the skill-based matchmaking has gone for good, by all means buy the battle pass, show some support for the developers and Activision, even though that makes me a little bit sick to say, but this is such a good change, and I feel like we have really won against the big giants in this. Of course I could be wrong, this could all be an oasis in the desert and we get up to it to get a drink and then, oh shit, it's not water we're drinking, it's just another shit sandwich. But if I'm wrong, and if that isn't the case, then we really have cause for celebration. But anyway, that's about it. That's all I wanted to say today. For those of you guys who have watched my videos for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Do you think, in your own experience, that skill-based matchmaking has gone? And if so, do you think that it's here to stay? Anyway, that's it from me today. I hope you all had a wicked Christmas, and I hope you have a great New Year too. I'm Average Joel. Peace.